the stained kitchen sink. I need another stiff and heavy drink. He was the man who stood by my side. Now he's taking you on a midnight ride. Hollow chest under the factory smoke. I realize now that my life is a joke. You wore the dress that I bought for the fall. He didn't pay for a damn thing at all. Freezing sweat on my dirt-stained brow. I don't know who I can trust right now. The prettiest smile I have ever seen turned out to be so cold and mean. Man behind. I hope he treats you better than he treats his friends, 'cause this is where my forgiveness ends. Forgiveness ends. Kitchen sink stained in dirt. Bleeding out beside this rusted Chevy. I see his tire tracks deep in the mud. I worked a double shift at the mill while you were making promises in my blood. The bitter taste of a shattered life. My best friend stole my future wife. I'm freezing in this morning chill, a broken man with an empty till. Gutted clean on the driveway gravel. Your cheap perfume lingering on the breeze. He didn't even have the guts to face me. Left me coughing on my damn knees. The bitter taste of a shattered life. My best friend stole my future wife. I'm freezing in this morning chill, a broken man with an empty till. I bought that truck with my own sweat. Now it's the only thing that I got left. I saw you both at the diner yesterday. You looked down at your plate. He looked at the door. I just paid my tab and left. Empty till, rusted out. Nothing left. Blinded by the flashing neon sign, sitting in the booth where we used to dine. He ordered your favorite cherry pie. I watched from the alley and started to die. From the factory grease, I worked like a dog just to buy us some peace. You looked at him with those beautiful eyes and traded my sweat for a dozen lies. He was my best man, my brother in arms. Now he's the one holding your charms. I'm walking back to a cold, unmade bed with a rusted pistol and a heavy head. The neon sign buzzes and slowly dies, just like the truth in your beautiful eyes. Neon dies, heavy head, nothing left. Choking on the scent of this motel room. You pitch your face down on the dirty mattress. I drag my aching back across town just to see you in his jacket. You smiled at him like you used to at me, before the factory smoke blinded my eyes. I'm drinking rust from a paper cup, watching my whole world burning up. You took the only friend I knew, left me a sky of bruised up blue. Under the flickering street lamp, rain washing the grease off my calloused hands. He's got a clean shirt and a steady smile. I'm just a ghost in the Badlands. He keeps you warm tonight, because my fire went out at first light. Bruised up blue, paper cup, fire went out. Shattered glass on the gravel road. Your lipstick on his coffee mug. I worked the overtime for you. You swept my life right under the rug. My rusted truck won't start tonight. Like this dead organ in my chest. The prettiest eyes I ever saw stole the only friend I possessed. Gutted clean by the loading dock. Minimum wage can't buy you back. His tailored suit against my dirt. I watch my whole damn world turn black. You took the beauty from the dawn. He took the trust right from my hand. Now I'm just breathing, freezing fall. A broken ghost in a barren land. Lost it all. Torn apart by the eviction notice, sitting right where his boots used to stand. You didn't even take your winter coat, just held my brother's treacherous hand. Drowning in a puddle of spilled whiskey, the pawn ticket burning in my front pocket. I bought that necklace you're wearing for him, the one with my picture in the locket. the howling midnight wind. Minimum wage could never keep you satisfied. He talked big game over my dinner table, while my soul slowly starved and died. Through the dust of this empty house, I found the letter you hid in the drawer. Sorry, you wrote in a hurry to leave. I ain't reading your lies anymore. No more lies. Empty house. Done. Inside the rusting factory gate, punching the clock at 7:45. I saw him waiting by the chain-link fence, with your beautiful face and a lack of sense. I dropped my heavy lunchbox in the dirt, trying to swallow down a mountain of hurt. My brother in arms with my only girl, taking a sledgehammer to my world. a pool of spilling whiskey. The bartender flipping chairs onto the floor. I saw you walking arm in arm with him, right past the dirty tavern door. I paid for those boots you were walking in, but he's the one taking you for a spin. I'm dragging feet through the freezing mud, betrayal running hot inside my blood. You took the beauty, he took the trust, left my whole life turning into rust. Dead inside this rusted out sedan, the cold engine choking on the morning chill. I used to call him my right-hand man. Now it's a bitter, bitter pill. Your golden hair shining in his ride, while I got nothing left to hide. Turning into rust, right-hand man, nothing left. Freezing sweat in the middle of July, staring at the ceiling, wondering why. My blistered hands couldn't hold you tight, while he slipped in through the dark of night. You always said you loved a working man, until my best friend came with a better plan. I'm a blue-collar ghost in a dead-end street, shivering cold summer heat. You took my heart, he took my pride, left me with nowhere left to hide. Pavement stone, sitting on the curb, utterly alone. He wears a tailored suit, I wear grease and dirt. I never knew a beautiful woman could hurt. I bought the beer that you two drank today, before you packed your bags and drove away. Drove away. Summer heat, grease and dirt. Bleeding out on this cold bar stool, staring at the dial tone again. I introduced you at the diner to the man I called my closest friend. Your golden hair in the midnight rain, his heavy boots walking you home. I paid the tab with trembling hands, knowing I'd die in this dirt alone. Judas wore a denim jacket, an angel had a heart of stone. I'm sweeping up the broken pieces down to the marrow in my bones. town. I'm sweating blood upon the floor. I pawn the ring to buy this drink, the one I saved 5 years to buy. I'll raise a glass to both of you beneath this bitter gray sky. Heart of stone, bitter sky, drink it down. Paralyzed beneath the ticking clock, the morning sun burning through the motel blind. I found the matching tickets on the floor, the ones you swore you couldn't find. It's a bitter pill on a rusted spoon. You packed your bags by the light of the moon. My calloused hands built your home. Now I'm shivering in the cold alone. Dragging my boots to the factory gate. He used to punch my time card when I was late. Now he's the master of my damn fate. It's a bitter pill on a rusted spoon. You packed your bags by the light of the moon. My calloused hands built your home. Now I'm shivering in the cold alone. 10 years of drinking from the same damn glass. He stabbed my back while smiling in my face. Now he's holding the prettiest girl in town and leaving me in this empty place. I heard you two were moving out west. I hope the sun is warmer out there, because it sure is freezing here. Night this cracked steering wheel. The freezing rain matching the way that I feel. I passed by his house on the edge of town, saw your silhouette with the blinds pulled down. Oh, the gathering storm in a working man's heart, watching my beautiful life get torn apart. I shared my bread with a backstabbing thief. Now I'm drowning in a river of grief. Swallowed whole by the darkness ahead, remembering every lying word that you said. He told me he had a new girl on the side. I didn't know it was my damn bride. Oh, the gathering storm in a working man's heart, watching my beautiful life get torn apart. I shared my bread with a backstabbing thief. Now I'm drowning in a river of grief. I pulled the truck over by the railroad track. There's no forward gear, and there's no going back. Just a rusted out cab and a bottle of rye, waiting for the morning to blacken the sky. I taught him how to drive. I taught him how to tie a knot. Guess he used it to tie you down. Steering wheel, backstabbing thief. Chained to the rhythm of the graveyard shift, breeze on my collar, dirt on my name. I came home early through the morning chill, saw you two playing the devil's game. burning up inside this ripped suitcase. Throwing my clothes out in the snow. He sat there smoking my last cigar, told me I had 5 minutes to go. Hollow chest under the factory smoke. You didn't even look me in the eye. "10 years of secrets with my best friend, traded for a beautiful golden lie." Crawling through the dark with heavy bones, a motel blind keeping out the street. I hear his voice every time you moan, a bitter treason, cruel and sweet. Cruel and sweet. Treason, minimum wage, nothing left. Paralyzed on the rotten front porch steps, watching the taillights fade into the black. I work my fingers down to the bone. You left with him and ain't coming back. Bleeding out from a wound I cannot see. He drank my whiskey and he ate my bread. Then he took the only light I ever had and left me staring at a cold, cold bed. Of this empty room, the ticking clock sounding like a judge's gavel. I was the fool grinding on the graveyard shift, while you two planned out your little travel. Beneath the weight of this rusted sky, a beautiful woman and a treacherous friend. I'm just a blue-collar ghost tonight, waiting for this bitter night to end. Bitter night. treacherous friend. Rotten porch, done.
Shattered like the glass on my living room floor. You didn't even bother to lock the door. I saw this truck pulling out of the drive, taking the only reason I felt alive. Blinded by the high beams in the dark, he parked his lies right in the park. You two shared a cigarette in the rain, while I swallowed a mouthful of the pain. Gutted like a fish on the loading dock, staring at the hands of the iron clock. I trusted him with my very own life. He paid me back by taking my wife. Winter coat, a bitter lump swelling in my throat. I pawned the memories for a bottle of gin and let the freezing midnight roll right in. Judas, freezing cold.
scars and burns in this cheap glass. I saw a Chevy in your drive. My heavy boots stuck in the mud, your shadow dancing with my brother. It's a bitter pill on a rusted spoon. You took the sun, left me the moon. My calloused hands built your home. Now I'm shivering in the cold alone. Ashtray overflowing with dead strikes. I found his lighter on our bed. Graveyard shift broke my damn back while you were whispering in his head. It's a bitter pill on a rusted spoon. Sun left me the moon. My calloused hands built your home. Now I'm shivering in the cold alone. 10 years of blood on the factory floor. He never worked a day at all. Now he's holding my whole world, watching me stumble and fall. I bought that dress you're wearing tonight. He bought the drinks. Guess I know what a man's worth now. Ticking iron clock, yeah, dead inside. Goodbye, brother. Suffocating in this unmade bed. Your hairpin resting on the nightstand wood. I worked the overtime down in the dirt, believing that our future was looking good. But my oldest friend had a brand new car, and you always wanted to travel far. Now I'm grinding teeth in the bitter cold, watching my whole life being sold. A blue-collar fool with a shattered chest, while my brother steals my very best. Watching the embers turn into gray ash. He bought your love with a borrowed suit and a handful of my own hard-earned cash. Gray ash, borrowed suit, shattered chest. Swallowed whole by the silence of this hall, staring at the shadow on the peeling wall. I heard you whisper his name in your sleep, a treacherous secret you couldn't keep. Crawling through the dirt of a broken vow, my aching back doesn't matter now. He was the brother I never had. Now he's the reason I'm going
empty closet space. I can't even stand to see his face. A beautiful poison in a perfect dress, leaving my life in a bitter mess. Wash away the memory of a shooting star. Shooting star. Freezing night. Brothers' lies. Paralyzed, staring at the cracked mirror. Washing your sin off my dirty neck. He stood up as my best man once. Now he's the one writing your check. Suffocating in this rented room. Your picture laughing next to him. My rusted joints ache in the frost as the street lamp outside goes dim. Swallowed whole by the howling wind. I poured my sweat into his cup. smile when you two finally packed it up. The dust you left behind, my blistered hands holding the air. I hope his bed is freezing cold. I hope you find my ghost in there. Just a ghost in a stolen bed. Crushed beneath this stack of unpaid bills, staring at your keys on the kitchen counter. 10 years of dirt under my fingernails. You left me for a cheaper encounter with the man who used to drink my beer. The man who whispered poison in your ear. Yeah, I'm just a fool with aching bones, while he buys you silver, I'm sweeping stones. My heavy boots can't walk this off. suffocating in this dirty work shirt, finding his cigarette in my ashtray. I traded my youth to buy that ring. You threw it down in war.